Welcome.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
Case closed.
NYY Recaps.
It is your destiny.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Guys, this keeps getting worse. I'm going to end up next to Domingo in rehab. Another day with some negative breaking news for the Yankees. Anthony Rizzo has been placed on the IL with a concussion. Now, they've been able to trace the concussion back to his collision with Fernando Tatis back in May, which means that he's played for more than 2 months with a concussion. And also, that means if you want to know how bad Jordan Lyles is for the Royals, Rizzo hit the only home run of his entire concussion off of him a few weeks ago. Yankees called up Oswaldo Cabrera, which is interesting. I figured they would slide DJ over to first base and play Peraza at third base, but Peraza remains in AAA. Yankees don't seem to be very high on Peraza for whatever reason. And considering he wasn't traded, I guess no other teams are high on him either. Brian Hoke said that Rizzo complained of fogginess after the Orioles series and still played in the next 2 games. That seems irresponsible to me. That seems dangerous to me. Yankees Farm says, perfect time to play Bowers at first base, then call up Florial to see if he can handle left field with consistent at-bats. Maybe, but again, he's not on the 40-man roster, and the Yankees only placed Rizzo on the 10-day IL, which does not clear a spot on the 40-man roster. I'm not sure if there's an open 40-man. I don't think there is. I think there's a rule in baseball that you have to fill the 40-man roster if a spot opens up. I doubt we're going to see Florial again unless there's a series of injuries that result in a 40-man roster spot opening up. But the Yankees don't seem very high on him. Seems like organizational depth to me in case of emergency break glass situation. I can't believe that the Yankees just now were testing Anthony Rizzo for cognitive impairment. I tweeted that the Yankees must be cognitively impaired if they waited this long to test him for cognitive impairment. You hope, just out of sheer belief that a franchise that makes this much money would hire someone competent. You hope that he had some kind of testing months ago and they were negative, and that they just elected to do it now because things have gotten worse. That's what you hope, and not that you want things to get worse, but if they completely neglected to do any testing back in April, that's just a complete fail by this organization. Gee, why do our guys get hurt? Maybe because your medical staff is a bunch of fucking morons and clowns. Lori C says negligence. Jared Williams says bring back Luke Voigt. I saw a picture of Luke Voigt the other day. He was playing in the minor leagues. I believe it's with the Mets AAA team. And he was wearing his jersey, and it was almost like half unbuttoned, and he didn't have an undershirt. Douglas Ennis says, very strange and medically incompetent. I don't understand how you can't get this guy testing immediately. Instead, we suffered through 2+ months and passed the trade deadline without any kind of action to address first base. There was time to get somebody. Instead, you risk the guy's long-term health, and he's got another year under contract, by the way, and run him out there for 2 months in world record heat with a concussion. Are you kidding me? I remain disappointed in the performance of this franchise at large, in the job of our coaching staff, in the job of our medical professionals, in the job of our upper management, and our ownership, and of course in the players. But who knows how many concussions? What's wrong with Giancarlo Stanton? Are we going to find out that Giancarlo Stanton's been complaining that he can't see out of one eye for 2 years? Are they going to do a blindness test in September? Oh yeah, sorry. Giancarlo's been blind since 2021. That's why he stinks. Grace Monroe says, "Am I in a bad dream?" Sometimes I think that the Large Hadron Collider destroyed Earth and cast us all into a dark timeline in an alternate universe where the Yankees, instead of being the proud franchise that they have been for so long, have become a laughingstock. Chris M says, Giancarlo has no legs. Whenever I see Giancarlo run the bases, I think of that line from Forrest Gump, but Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs. Yes, I know that. Get well to Anthony Rizzo. I will see you on the postgame.
Ball game over.
Most impressive.